Hi, Jubilee Atlanta. It's so cool to be beaming into you from Harare in Zimbabwe. And Carl asked me to record a short clip with any thoughts, learnings that we could share from our experience over the years of being in situations of somewhat upheaval. And I think my thoughts would be just two. Firstly, context, and secondly, action. On context, that we live in a fallen world. The reality is that the real issues are far worse than we even imagine. The real issues, the real challenges that we face are eternal challenges, eternal separation from God. And these things like coronavirus and stock markets crashing and all kinds of pains and challenges around the world are in reality the context of a sinful world that we live in. And it's all real. The gospel is absolutely real, and the reality that God himself had to come. God the Son, Emmanuel, a son born, a child given, mighty God, everlasting Father, Prince of Peace. And he had to take the sin of the world, the brokenness of the whole world in himself, that we could be saved from the real challenge, the real crash, the real virus, which is sin, which cannot be in the presence of a holy God. And so it's so important. The context is always very clear that this hasn't taken us by surprise or God by surprise. This is the church's business. This is why we exist. This is why we run Sunday services. Hello, this is the real world. And nothing has changed. There's nothing different. This is exactly what life is. And there's a great eternity ahead for those who receive the Lordship of Christ. And the second is action. That I think within that context, we need to constantly be calling ourselves and others to action. Firstly, connectivity. Secondly, content. And thirdly, commission. Connectivity, remaining connected, remaining talking, finding creative ways of keeping socially interactive. And that's going to be interesting to see how that goes. In fact, I think there may be amazing opportunities where people who wouldn't normally come to church will connect with us. Secondly, content. We have to keep preaching truth. We have to keep bringing the reality of Scripture to people. In Psalm 23, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I need fear no evil. Why? For you are with me. Not the coronavirus is going away. No, but you are with me through it. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table for me in the presence of my enemies. Creative ways to bring content, actively doing that for people. And then thirdly, commission. Actively sending people into the world. Even this process of social distancing, etc., needs to have intentionality to communicate love, communicate mercy, communicate the heart of Christ through his body on earth in all the ways that he leads us to in these days. It is such a joy to be partners with you. You have loved us so well, and I love you so much. Be strong in the Lord, and I look forward to being with you soon. God bless you.